Every thought you process, every movement you make, and every heartbeat requires an immediate source of fuel. This constant biological demand is met by a single universal molecule, ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. Your cells cannot directly spend the food you eat. Instead, the nutrients in your meals must be chemically exchanged for this specific ATP currency before any work can be done. If a cell stops generating ATP for even a few moments, its energy economy collapses, and life at the microscopic level and the macro level immediately ceases. Cellular respiration is the non-stop biological process that manages this chemical conversion, turning raw nutrients into usable energy. This operation relies on two specific inputs: the glucose derived from your food and the oxygen you pull from the air. This diagram outlines the transformation. The cell combines glucose and oxygen to produce carbon dioxide, water, and the life-sustaining ATP.
Eating a meal and taking a breath are targeted supply drops that feed the raw materials directly into this precise microscopic equation. The process begins outside the nucleus, in the fluid-filled cytoplasm that makes up the interior of the cell. The first stage is glycolysis, a process defined by the literal splitting of a sugar molecule. Here, the cell takes a 6-carbon glucose molecule and snaps it in half, creating 2 symmetrical pieces. This split releases a quick burst of energy as ATP, while carrier molecules strip away a few high-energy electrons for later use. Glycolysis is essential and fast, but its payout is too small to power a complex human. It serves as the necessary prep work for the real powerhouse. To unlock more energy, those remaining sugar fragments must move deeper into the cell, crossing into the mitochondria. They enter the Krebs cycle, where the remaining remnants of the glucose are systematically dismantled. As the cycle breaks the sugar structure apart, the carbon is stripped away and released as carbon dioxide waste. The cycle harvests the remaining high-energy electrons from the sugar fragments, building a massive stockpile within carrier molecules for the final stage. Every time you exhale, you are physically venting the carbon dioxide waste generated specifically by this mitochondrial cycle. The process concludes at the inner membrane of the mitochondria, the site of the electron transport chain. This is where all the electron carriers gathered in the previous stages finally drop off their energetic cargo. In this stage, the electrons cascade down a chain of proteins, creating a microscopic current of electricity along the membrane. This electrical current powers a molecular machine that spins to pump out a massive volume of ATP. This chain is the biological reason we can derive such vast energy from simple food, maximizing the efficiency of our cellular economy. This system has a critical vulnerability. If the cascading electrons have no place to go at the end of the line, the entire machine backs up and halts immediately. To prevent this, an oxygen atom sits at the very end of the line, acting as the final electron acceptor. The oxygen catches the electrons and bonds with stray hydrogen to neutralize into harmless water, keeping the path clear for the chain to continue moving. This molecular reaction is why we breathe. We pull in air to feed that exact terminal point in our cells. Cellular respiration is the invisible machinery of life.